Greetings, Earthlings. I just got back from my first project in our tech makeover concept, and had a very good conversation with a person named Danny, and hopefully we got him off to a good start on something. I'm going to show you that video now, find out a little bit more about him. I'll talk to you soon. What's your name?
Name is Daniel Patrick Loftus. We're in Mojave Valley, Arizona, and it is March 18th.
All right. So this is Danny. He just introduced himself just a moment ago, and he's going to be the first victim of my tech makeover. So I put an ad in Craigslist explaining what I did and that I gave tutorials, and he responded, and he has a few projects he is interested in. So tell me about your tech background. Like, what is your comfort level with technology?
I'm not a super power user. However, I know how to turn on a computer, turn it off, hook a cable up, print things, use a mouse and a keyboard. I can go on to search engines and find things. I can play videos on YouTube like everybody does, like we're trying to do here.
I think the power, knowing what a power user is, shows you're more advanced than most, because most people wouldn't even think of that term. So I think you're ahead of the game. It seems like people that a whole list, everything.
Okay. First thing is I'm looking to get some instruction and tutorial on using a digital slide scanner. I have a collection of vintage slides from the early 50s, and I'd like to preserve them. And my intention is to digitally move them from just a little 35 millimeter slide to on the scanner, and then onto the computer, and then maybe onto a slideshow. So there's 3 or 4 steps involved here, and some real.
So I think it's we can get in there and start doing stuff. And we'll fit. When we go in, I'm gonna videotape a little bit of the item itself, the scanner, and your setup, and then we'll get going.
Okay.
The slide, you can feed them in here. It'll push it out the other side.
Oh, okay.
So first you have to tell the film type. And then we have to tell it.
Okay, it's a color.
Even though it says 50, we say 50 millimeter slide, because on the next page it's going to give us 135 as an option, which is that. I have to do this, and then I want to do this, this, and this.
Right. So I can budget the time and also, put enough things together so I have that trail of here's my final intention at the end.
Yeah.
So. Well, once again, thank you.
You're welcome.
This has been a very great first experience, and we got a lot done. So let's recap real quick. We had our little outside chat.
Yep.
We came inside here to the office.
Yep.
We got this turned on.
Yep.
We've got the 32 little chip card in the back.
32 gig chip. Yep.
And we've got it plugged into the computer, the USB.
Yeah.
So when we started, we had the little loading tray that we figured out how to load things and slide things through. So that was really good. And then we used the color contrast, and we learned to save and scan that.
Yeah.
And then we also learned about the brightness and the sharpness.
Yep.
And we learned how to save and scan that. And then once we've got all our images on our digital slide scanner, we went to the USB portion. We pressed that button. It went onto the computer. We made a new file, new folder.
Yeah.
And we just labeled them, Europe slides #1. And but I will, for our next time, I will have all these reloaded onto this.
Okay.
And then we'll do another little class on how to get the USB back up to the computer again.
Okay.
And then once we're done with that, we'll do the Getty. We'll pick our 6 that we, because they have to, I think with the Getty you have to download the app or do it through an app or something like that.
Yeah, there's an application
Right.
and that one has to be done from a phone.
Okay.
It can be iPhone or Android, either one.
Okay.
So the application part starts through a phone.
Okay. Well, we'll like I said, take a crawl, walk, run approach.
Okay.
So.
Well, that might be part of our next thing, is showing how to take it from the computer
To the phone. Correct.
So
Let's have that as our intention.
Okay.
For our next tutorial.
Sounds good.
All right, folks at home. Good luck. Even an Arizona cowboy can do this, so you can too.
All right. Thank you very much for being the first victim.
You got it. Had a pleasure.
Well, that was a good start to good concept to help people discover little technological secrets to help them out in their life. Danny's a great guy, and he has a landscaping business in the Mojave Valley, and I'll put a little thing up for him, a little link to his information. So if you need any help down there, you can certainly get a hold of him. And I'm going to continue to do these things to help people out. If you or someone you know would be interested in having a little help with your technology in exchange for being videotaped and being part of this podcast, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just drop me a little line, and we'll work on that. So before I go, I want to say something about that product we were looking at. That was a Kodak slide and go scanner that we were looking at. One important thing to know about that is a self-contained unit. That means it's not dependent on any particular platform. You don't have to have a PC, you don't have to have a Mac, you don't have to have a particular type of phone. Everything happens inside of that device. So when you scan that slide or that film, it saves it to a memory card. And that could be put on a phone or a computer, whatever you happen to have to use it with. It is not dependent on any specific type of hardware, which is a great thing. We call that platform independent. So it's a good thing to keep in mind when you're looking at devices, is what does it work with, and do you have what it takes to work with it? In this situation, there was no requirement. It's self-contained, has its own processing, its own display, and they come in under a couple $100. So I think $180 I saw it for on Amazon, which I think is a good deal. And I have paid a lot more for things that didn't work as well as that thing did. So we'll follow up with Danny, and we will check on the pictures he took, and we'll see him all the way through till he gets his submission into Getty Images. So I'm going to head on out, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like us and subscribe if you think of it, and you have a great day. Thank you for watching.